All right, let's give Walmart another chance. Their Better Goods line is supposed to be better than great value. This does say it's an Italian wood-fired pizza, margherita pizza, and it says it is a product of Italy with cheeses and tomato sauce and basil. I love the simplicity of a good margherita pizza. It definitely has to have the basil or it's just too plain, but if you put more on it, it takes away from it. So it's the right balance when it's done right and nothing compares to it. Here's a close-up of the box. And the very simple instructions. They wanted it to 400 degrees in the oven for 14 to 16 minutes. And let's take a look at how this is packaged here. So again, this is Walmart's brand. It's kind of their higher end brand. And apparently imported from Italy. The crust looks like it's already been cooked. And we have a very promising looking pizza here. Lots of basil on here. Now, typically a margherita pizza will have these little circles of fresh mozzarella around it instead of shredded. So that's a little concerning, but at least I see more of a farm cut on a lot of it. And this crust has obviously been somewhat cooked before they topped it. So that means the crust is all pretty much good to go, and all we have to do is melt the top and we're done. We don't have to worry about a crust that's not cooked or doughy with something like this, because that's already been taken care of at the factory. So the only thing that we could do was just not leave it in the oven long enough that it heats up, right? That would be a different problem that we're definitely not going to have. So again, we know the routine. Let's go throw it in the oven, and I'll see you in just a page turn away with the cooked pizza and our verdict on it. So wish me luck. All right, what do we have here? This looks like a pretty decent margherita style pizza. Crust is fine. Let's bring it over to the table. Now, full disclosure, I am a big fan of pizza, and my favorite style is a Naples margherita, a Neapolitan pizza. And I don't know if it's this one. Just because it's a Neapolitan pizza doesn't mean I automatically like it. But I will say that when these are done right, there is no pizza on the planet that can do better than a good margherita pizza with the proper crust, with the proper tomato sauce, San Marzano tomatoes, mozzarella cheese, fresh basil. Oh man, that's about as good as it can possibly get when it's fresh. Now, this comes from Italy, but it's made for Americans. It doesn't mean that's how they're going to eat it in Italy or how they would have it, but I am preparing myself because I'm a little bit afraid that, that it's a Walmart margherita pizza. So I'm going to give it a shot. As far as a price, I think this was a little under $7. And I'll put the price, I always point the wrong way. I'll put it over here. It's got to be over my left shoulder. Carry. Before I dive in, I just need it to cool down a little bit. Again, there's the crust there. Pizza's not very floppy at all. It kind of stands on its own pretty good there. And that makes it easier to eat. It's not real greasy. If anything, it looks a little worryingly dry, to be honest. But looks can be deceiving, and it is, of course, a frozen pizza versus fresh. So we've got to give it some accommodation and consideration for that, don't we? But giving Walmart a second chance here, and let's see if Better Goods are any better than great value. What? You hear it? Crust is really good. Sauce is quite pungent, but fresh. Not fresh. What's the word I want? Pure. It's pure. This is our new leader. I'm shocked. This is the one to beat. Okay. A score of 0 to 10 on this one. It's going to be like a 9.2, 9.3. There's room for improvement. But I thought this was going to be sacrifice. Oh no, I will absolutely buy this again in a heartbeat. I think for the money, if you can find me another imported from Italy Neapolitan margherita, proper margherita pizza that this represents for under $7, I'd like to know about it. So if we're going to include that in part of the evaluation, then in a category of pizzas under $7 that are imported from Italy, that are the classic, true to the recipe margherita pizza, then this is a 10 in that category if we want to break it down that far. But overall, as far as frozen pizzas are concerned, I know of one I think is better than this, but I'm saving it. We'll get there. But it's also quite a bit more money than this. But in my opinion, that pizza I'm thinking of is a 10. And based on that, this would be a 9.2. There you go. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. There's an aftertaste that's quite unpleasant. I've had this before with some pizzas, frozen or otherwise, where with something they're putting in the sauce, it'll stick with me in my taste it for like 2 hours. And the other pizza I'm thinking of that I said I would score a 10 out of 10. That doesn't have that lingering, whatever that is. There's an aftertaste to it that's, I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. Still, I suppose you could wash it down with something, have a drink, try and clear it out. The pizza itself is good. The aftertaste, it's a little disappointing, unfortunately. Did you see I had no wind in my sail? And then suddenly the wind picked up and I'm sailing. And then, the wind went away again. And I just got deflated. Oh, well. The good news is it's enjoyable while you're chewing it. Just keep eating and don't stop eating long enough for the aftertaste to hit you. You'll be fine. Or just drink something that might overpower that, because otherwise we have a very good pizza here and it's way better than I expected. Forget the aftertaste. I thought the whole taste was going to be bad. And it got there 3/4 of the way. I'm going to keep the score. It is a 9.2. However, I'm just particularly sensitive to that aftertaste. You may not be. And yeah, stick around because we're cooking more frozen pizzas and doing more comparisons. So hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.